Alrighty guys, well, we're going to head out for a little ride. I brought the GoPro, so I'll try to safely get a little bit of footage while I'm riding my bike. And here is the bike, and I've got the H1 here. I've got the lock screen mode on, which is very, very cool. We're sending off APRS beacons. The question will be, how good is this thing? So let's put it to the test. I'm going for a little ride for a barbecue about 5 k's up the road. And then after lunch, heading off to hear some jazz with my family, way across in Esquimalt on the other side of the harbour. So it's going to be a good ride, and hopefully I've got the screen recording going on in the house on the APRS, and you'll get to see who's picking up my beacons. So fingers crossed. I don't know how long the 2900 milliamp battery will last, but I'm going to be recording. I'm going to be out for about probably 5 hours. So I'm just going to leave it on and leave it in here, and we'll get on the road. All right, let's see how good this thing is. Woo! All right, more in a minute. Oh, and just while I remember this, guys, I've got a confession to make. I know nothing about APRS, but Redivus were very, very kind to send me a quick how-to video on how to install and get the APRS and the GPS set up on the radio, and it was an absolute breeze. I don't need to have any wires. I don't need any other hardware, no computers. This thing is apparently a standalone, and I've seen myself spotted on the APRS screen, so my beacon is being picked up, but very, very cool. So if you're a beginner like me, I knew nothing, and I've been wanting to do this, so I want to do a shout out to my buddy Bill, VE7AJK, hamradioprices.com. G'day, Bill. Bill's a big APRS fan, and it all just sounds so good, so I'm really excited to be able to say that I've crossed the floor, if you will, or jumped over that bridge, and now I'm into APRS mode or territory, and I absolutely love it so far. It's fantastic, seeing who can be heard, who can hear me, etc. So it's a very, very, very easy learning curve if you're starting out on APRS, and that is a huge plus for the H1 right there, because I know some of the other radios that have claimed to have APRS capabilities have been pretty clunky. All right, I got the GoPro. I'm going to put this phone in the pannier, and I'm going to get riding. All right, here we go. Woo! We are cruising down the road. Woo! APRS for the win. All righty, well, I'm at my first destination. APRS to the rescue. Year Festival, Jazz Festival 2025. Hey guys, well, we got all the way out here to Esquimalt for the International Victoria Jazz Festival, and I'm going to ride home. And a couple of observations. I had a quick look at the APRS, and it looks fantastic because I'm actually out on the flat part from Victoria West. But anyway, lots of great intel from today, and when we get home we will dissect it and have a look at it, and this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so 5 more minutes and then I'm going to get on the bike and start riding home. All right, more in a minute. All right, now I'm off a busy road. While I'm at it, I thought I'd use this opportunity to shoot a bit of footage of the beautiful cycling paths here in Victoria, BC. And this is the old ENT, I think it is, or EMT. So this is the old train lines here that are decommissioned. So there are no trains on Vancouver Island. So what they've done here in Victoria, they've converted all of these wonderful flat areas into beautiful bike paths called the EMT is one. The Galloping Goose is another, and then the other one, it escapes me, but heads up to the ferry. But bike paths everywhere. So if you're into biking, this is the best place in the world to cycle. Vancouver Island, unbelievable. Look at this, incredible. All right, let's get the GoPro out and let's go for a little ride, shall we? And meanwhile, down here, we've got the APRS rocking. Woohoo! All right, here we go. Look at this. Look at all the cyclists coming at us. Woohoo! Fantastic. We are cruising. Well, there you go. This just popped out of the, just fell out of the cradle in the back, and it's still working. And we've been transmitting for, oh gee, 4 hours. We've still got plenty of battery. Some nice man gave it back to me, so I'm going to make sure that that's a bit tighter. So, case in point, make it a little tighter. It's robust. It's had the road test. It fell on the road right there in the middle of the road. Could have been worse. And let's go for a ride again. All right. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Whew. Well, about half an hour later and about 30 k's later, I'm home, and let's see how this thing fared. All right, guys, I'm going to turn this off, and let's see how the APRS performed with this stock antenna. This thing is a beauty. There we are. Look at this. All right. Okay, guys, more in a minute. Well, g'day, mates. Well, that was an absolutely fantastic experience playing APRS on my e-bike. And a couple of observations. So this antenna, obviously, you can do a lot better than that. But for out of the box, it works great. And I was heard. My beaconing was heard. Also, I did have, just to preserve the battery, because I didn't know what I was doing, I did have the interval set to 1 minute. So if I did it again, which I will, I'll set it to the minimum setting, which is 30 seconds.